you all a happy Sankranti. In today's episode, let's find out where political parties stand with respect to the Tirupati bypolls. Amidst a rise in temple attacks in Andhra Pradesh, there is a massive propaganda along the religious lines that is currently dominating the political sphere in the state. Given that Tirupati is seen as the temple town in Andhra Pradesh, there is a huge propaganda around it on religious lines where parties are trying to whip up emotions of people and practice divisive politics. Let's try to look at it from every party's angle and where these parties stand with respect to their preparation for the Tirupati by-election and what their strategies are. Let's try to look at YSRCP. Given that the party is in power in Andhra Pradesh, the by election could maybe work to its favor. But on the other hand, the party is still yet to give a clarification on how the party is going to protect Hindu temples and also respect the sentiments of the Hindu community in Andhra Pradesh. While the YSRCP is currently assuring that it will construct the temples, that is solely not enough to assure and protect religious sentiments of the Hindu community in Andhra Pradesh. And just by doing the construction, it is not a symbol where you're assuring peace as well as protection of Hindu temples. Even after all the ruckus that is being created over the temple attacks, the YSRCP is still not clarifying on how it aims to protect these temples and everything around it. Because the YSRCP is currently in power, it can actually push the center to fulfill the promises made to Andhra Pradesh during bifurcation in the Bifurcation Act, along with Polavaram capital decision, Amaravati farmers issue, all these issues combined and meet Andhra Pradesh's demands that have been pending since 2014. YSRCP was one party which, before elections in 2019, assured that it would bring BJP to accountability. But even today, the party is neither pushing the center for AP's demands to be fulfilled, nor does it assure the people that it would do something about the special status or seek accountability from the Prime Minister himself, who promised from Tirupati that he would make Andhra Pradesh a progressive state. Now, let's look at TDP as a party. TDP has always had a strong and loyal cadre. Given that Tirupati, as a constituency, falls under TDP President Chandrababu Naidu's home district of Chittor, TDP has good chances of winning the by election. Also, the advantage that TDP has here is to have a progressive and proven leadership of Chandrababu Naidu as the CM, which could push the party's chances higher. Of late, what has been happening in the state is TDP is now forced to take a religious stand with respect to the temple attacks. If you look at the past and the way TDP has reacted to political issues around religious lines, it is clear that the party has always maintained a very neutral stand. What this indicates for TDP is it needs to treat this religious path very carefully and draw its boundaries very clearly so that it does not cross lines or lose voters in the process or vote bank in the process. But TDP also has good chances of highlighting how the YSRCP, BJP, and Janasena have been betraying the trust of the people of Andhra Pradesh with respect to key issues like Polavaram, special status, capital decision, and Amaravati farmers. It is very crucial that TDP brings the focus back on these key issues and puts all the three parties in a fix. Now, let us try to look at Janasena. The party is currently very confused and no one really understands what the party stands for anymore. The BJP has asked the party not to contest the Tirupati by-election, the party has still not given any clarity, and there are still rumors that some candidate may contest in the last moment from the party. Confusion is not only disorienting the members of their own party and their own cadre, but in general, it is also disturbing the people who are looking at some kind of leadership from Janasena. Janasena needs to take the Tirupati by election very seriously because it is a great chance for the party to prove itself in Andhra Pradesh. Not only can it use its friendship with the BJP and push the centre to fulfill all the pending demands of Andhra Pradesh, but it can also win the trust of people of the state as well as increase its vote share in the state. By doing this and focusing on key issues like special status, Polavaram project, and the rest of them, Janasena can actually bring the focus back on development activities within Andhra Pradesh. So, this will not only get the party brownie points from the people, but it will also improve the image of Janasena in people's eyes, which is a huge win win situation for the party as well as BJP if it helps and convinces the people of Andhra Pradesh. Finally, now let's look at the BJP. The Saffron Party has hijacked the state's political narrative. Whatever BJP has done in Telangana in the Dubaka bypoll and GHMC elections, it is repeating the same Hindutva policy pattern in Andhra Pradesh. But instead of targeting Muslims in Andhra Pradesh, which is a negligible population, the BJP is trying to split Christians and Hindus in the state. Looks at the history of AP politics, one can clearly understand that there have not been many or even dominant religious disturbances or riots in the state. Therefore, on religious lines, AP has been very peaceful as a state. The state has not really had many religious disturbances in the past. Therefore, it is the BJP that is trying to introduce and inject religious and divisive politics in Andhra Pradesh, through which it plans to enter South India and Andhra Pradesh. For example, there have been statements ahead of the Tirupati bypoll like people of Andhra Pradesh have to choose Ram or Rome. It was a Ram versus Rome, is how they're pitching to the people of Andhra Pradesh. Similarly, Bandi Sanjay recently made comments in Telangana stating the people of AP should choose either between Gita or Bible. If one really tries to understand why the people of AP do not trust BJP, the answer lies in what has happened over the last 6 years. Whether it could be fulfilling the promises made in the Bifurcation Act or altogether lying about providing funds to the state of Andhra Pradesh or any of these things. Basically, the BJP has lost trust of the people of Andhra Pradesh, and hence it doesn't have a face to actually contest. Therefore, the party is trying to divert the entire narrative onto religious lines so that the people forget what key issues in the state are and just try to focus on the religious sentiments rather than looking at development aspects of the state on the whole. If one tries to look at why BJP is driving the entire religious narrative in the state, it is very clear that BJP has lost the trust of the people in the state. One, because it has not fulfilled a lot of promises made in the Bifurcation Act. Two, the projects like Polavaram or even a sensitive issue like special status has not been addressed by the party. Three, even after Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his 2014 campaign made an open statement that he would make AP a progressive state, there is still no result of it, and in fact AP has gone further down in the ranking across the country. So going by all the promises and the trust that they have violated, it is clear that BJP may not win if it goes only to the people on development or key issues. Hence, the party has diverted the entire narrative onto religious lines, which is one of the best ways to manipulate a population if you do not really have ways to address the problem. This is a warning sign for the voters. See, Tirupati has always been something people of India have been proud of for it being a religious place that welcomes people from across the world and people from different faiths. So, why is now Tirupati being used for practicing Hindutva based politics? The people of AP need to use the Tirupati by election very wisely. First, they need to understand that it is a good opportunity for them to push the focus back on states' issues and the key issues of development that matter rather than focusing on waking up every morning and fighting on religious lines. So, it is clear that this opportunity should be used very wisely, not only for themselves, but for the state's future as well. Thank you for watching my analysis. If you like it, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.